Hello, hello. Good morning from sunny and beautiful Orlando, Florida. And we are here right now with our Saladmaster family attending our life-changing event here in Orlando, Florida. And this is one of our yearly biggest events that we hold for our entire Saladmaster Eagle division, which covers South America, United States, and Canada. And I have here a super special guest today. So this is Eni Edwards. I'm a Chicago-based Saladmaster dealer. And we have another brand new guest for our Successful on Purpose podcast. And I let my guest introduce himself.
Well, my name is Pidoy Pacis, and you want me to...
Yes, introduce yourself.
Oh, and, yeah, Pidoy Pacis. I've been in Saladmaster business for 27 years.
27 years.
Yeah, and 26 of those years are master dealers.
As a master dealer.
And 16 of those years are elite and executive.
Elite and executive. What are we talking about dollar-wise? Like elite executive is what kind of money are we talking about?
You're talking about $4 or $5 million turnover.
$4 or $5 million a year, 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pidoy, your position right now in Saladmaster, you take care of the Filipino market worldwide. But you are also our big support for our corporate management team that's here, and you support all over the world. You travel all over the world, plus you run your own dealership, yeah? So you still own your dealership and run. Also, you have an additional position with the corporate Saladmaster office. So, why this year, 2025? Why this year is the best year to join Saladmaster?
Join Saladmaster. For people who are listening.
Yes.
This is a reset year for us. I think after COVID, things has changed. And we've been through, ups and downs after COVID. But I think we're able to fix that. And then 25 seems to be a very promising year for us.
Nice.
I think not only promising, it's just, I think, because of the remnants of the COVID is almost gone, and we're moving to the next direction. I think people are ready.
Yes, and I think every company is facing that. Every company had to do very major adjustments due to COVID circumstances. But as of this year, 2025, I think everybody is ready to move on to the next level. Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. So you just came back from Asia trip. You were holding a bunch of meetings in Asia, and you're back in the United States. And a lot of people don't even realize how big and global family we are. And we have in over 50 countries, around how many dealers now? Over 500, 600? 500 dealers worldwide, and every time 215 just in the Eagle division, yeah. So in Americas, so we have big plans this year to increase our number of distributors and also double a number of our dealerships around the world and United States and in South and North America. So we have a lot of new dealers coming in this year also. So there is that next generation of dealers coming in, entering our family. And what kind of legacy you see people living in the Saladmaster family? What kind of achievements we have celebrated over the past year and moving into the 2025?
I think where the company is transitioning to the millennials and changing the dynamics of the business and the paradigm. And I think the way we do business 20 years ago is totally different than the way we do business
Exactly.
today. I think it's also important that we upgrade our skills and be able to be attuned with the time. So if you want to be relevant in the marketplace, I think we need to be able to be sensitive to all these things. And I think new blood, millennials will be able to provide the opportunity for us to grow our market and expand to the current market that we have today.
Yes, and right now I think Saladmaster is really well positioned in the industry that it's just booming right now, which is the wellness, health-related, meditation, yoga, and all these different, wellness-related businesses are just booming and growing year over year. And I think we are not even reaching the peak yet. We are still on the bottom of that trend. So as a Saladmaster, how we are positioning ourselves in that wellness environment?
Well, I think we're at the right place at the right time. our brand positioning is accurate, and more importantly, I think that's what needed in the marketplace today. I can't underemphasize the significance and the importance of health, nutrition, wellness, meditation, another form of health-related.
Yeah, taking care of yourself, taking care of your health.
And the family as well.
Yeah, and we talked in
Part
our
of that is cooking.
the previous interviews. It all echoed about not only that we bring the wellness and health into each family that we enter, but also that unity of the family, which is very important. I think these are the times when families are suffering. There is, we have all these gadgets now. We have all these, interruptions all over, and it's very easy just, everybody sit here and there and, disconnect. And I think that food and the kitchen and gathering in the kitchen behind the family table and eating that homemade meal, I think that's the big pillar of, having a strong family ties.
And you're absolutely right. And a lot of families right now are not just health conscious, they are also conscious about, what they eat, and what they do, and part of that is exercise and all the stuff that they're doing. And not only for themselves, but also for their children and the next generation.
Yeah, because our cookware doesn't just stay in one generation. It actually gets handed over to the next and next and next. And I was talking at the restaurant yesterday to one of our consultants, and she's like, my cookware is 30 years old, and I'm trying to break it, but it won't break, and I want to upgrade and buy new stuff, but my old ones won't break. So the quality is there. We have some brand new accessories and brand new design details that are going to be revealed during our conference this weekend. So we are super excited about all these innovation that's going on, and we are as a company also trying to be one of the top leaders in that field, and be the pioneers in innovation and new stuff that comes out, and make everybody's cooking, healthy cooking and home cooking easier and faster and more nutritious. So what do you see while you're traveling in the world? We are not only in the U.S., but you are all over the world. What other tendencies you see coming up with health related in this field? What do you see? Any other new tendencies that you haven't seen before?
Well, aside from health, I think the opportunity. Right now, a lot of people are looking for opportunity. So the combination of health and opportunity and the product is a significant game changer that allows people to join our business. I think part of that is simply because people are looking not only for health, they're not only for opportunity, but to have that kind of partnership so that they can do both. And I think that's important to our consumer at this point in time.
Yeah, and it gives you not only the freedom of your time and freedom of your choice and freedom of salary and income that you can earn with our opportunity, but also that our mission, the mission to educate and to spread that message to as many families, as many communities that we are involved. And we have very multicultural dealerships all over the world, and we are a global company, but we are very local. We are very localized, and we penetrate and we go into our local communities, local families, and we do hand-on-hand live cooking instructions, live cooking classes, live cooking presentations, and so on and so on. So we are very community-based company. That's why when I started with Saladmaster, a lot of my consultants, they were immigrants that didn't speak perfect English. So I told them this is a beautiful opportunity to work for American company, make American salary, but use your own language, use your own community, bring a goodness to your community, and make at the same time a nice income with it. So we just heard the presentation from Isis where she said, when I teach health, I receive wealth. So it's always there's that karma, there is exchange of that energy. So whatever goodness you bring in, you get tenfold back. Yeah. So I know the Saladmaster is your biggest passion in your life, but what other passions do you have?
Well, my children, my grandchildren, actually.
And one of your boys, he owns a company, yeah? He has his own brand.
Are also entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They have their own
businesses.
I call them the gigs.
Gigs. But very good, very good, lucrative gigs. Yeah. So they're not like little things. It's actually pretty profitable, and they're very successful in it too.
And also, Ting and I are very passionate about helping the poor in the Philippines. So we're building homes for the poor. We have scholarship programs in the Philippines sponsored by AC TriStar, and of course some of our friends and some of our benefactors and donors from Saladmaster too.
Also contributed
their wealth and their income to alleviate the poor in the Philippines in our own small way.
Yeah. So I think I saw the video Ayo posted about that trip that you made to that village that Saladmaster family helped to build and help these people to live their dreams and accomplish, whatever they want to accomplish for their families. And it was very touching when one of the mothers, she was a single mom, and she lived in one of those homes that was donated to her, and she talked with so much pride about her children. She didn't want to talk about her struggles. Obviously, her life wasn't easy. Yeah, it wasn't an easy life, but she had such a strong spirit and such a positive attitude, and she talked with such a pride about her children and how she was able to help her children to graduate college and move on with their life and have a better life than her. Yeah.
Yes.
So she gave all that care and time and energy into that, and I think that also very much aligns with our Saladmaster mission to help families to pursue whatever they want to pursue in their life.
And change people's lives. They know that they can probably, some of them own Saladmaster, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that they clearly understand that Saladmaster, that is their partner.
Yeah.
Not just in wellness, but a partner in providing roof on top of their head, their family, providing education.
Yeah.
I think they do appreciate that. And I think when you give back to the poor, some people call that social responsibility, but also a legacy program. I think that's the most fulfilling part.
Yes, because once you see how many lives you not only touched, but also gave them a significant opportunity of change and have that freedom, I think that's the best thing. And every time I go to every single cooking show, every single presentation, every single visit that I do, at the end of each class, I get that clapping and ovation and that wow factor and the thank you, the gratitude that we get. I don't know that too many work and jobs get that on daily basis.
You're exactly right.
I'm like, wow, this is, I don't know how you can even express that feeling when you give that kind of gift to others and people actually appreciate it. They're like, wow, this was very valuable, and this changed completely my view of life and health and eating and all that stuff. And I'm sure you've been experiencing that for 30-something years now in Saladmaster.
Yeah, and I think there is a reason why we're here in our position. There's a reason why we have successes, because that gives and allows us to give more.
Yeah.
To share more. And
Yeah.
I think God has given us the opportunity to make that kind of income. So I think on the other end, it's our role also to give it back to
the community.
The blessings that
Yes.
it's a gift, actually.
It is. And for us to be able to do that's a big gift, yeah? Big gift of giving somebody that option of that energy and that into their life. If somebody is maybe a little bit hesitant and want to enter into entrepreneurial life and, test their waters and get into our business, what would you tell them if they're a little bit hesitant? How you would encourage and give them inspiration to join full speed?
Well, some people are skeptical or they doubt what the opportunity is for similar one reason. there's no clear understanding of what the program is all about.
Ah,
And I think a lot of us, no exception probably, if they clearly understand what is in it for them and the kind of roles and responsibilities we do, and then the kind of income that they can generate out of that, I think 100% of the people will be joining our business. So it's a matter of education.
exactly.
It's a matter of just telling
Spreading the
making
message.
sure that they clearly understand what they are going through and what they will get in. Because in clarity, then you will see people who have growth in this kind of business. And that will eliminate skepticism and doubts and even fear of joining the business. Because nowadays people they have fear, because there's so many legitimate business right now. Right?
Yes.
Sometimes they test the water first, they want to know, and want to know whether you're legitimate or not. I think the strength of Saladmaster and Regal, where we've been in the business for over 80 years.
And we're celebrating next year.
Years. And I think they can all just probably get that information, whether it's in the internet or the website and other people. I think that's the strength of the business and the community and the movement that we're currently having in Saladmaster.
And I think also another aspect of every company has its own culture.
Right.
And every company has its own vibe. Yeah. Right. And I think I worked for corporate. I worked for big companies. I worked with hundreds of people in my professional career. But I think that the vibe of Saladmaster is very hard to copy. It's very hard to copy. Well, how would you define our company culture and vibe that we emit into this world?
Well, it's unique and exceptional because not only that we're changing people's lives and, through health and wellness and the way they prepare their food, but also we change their life financially.
Yes.
And it would impact not only themselves, but their children, their grandchildren, and legacy. Just like in my case, we are now going to the second generation, and we have our third generation already.
Yes.
I have 5 grandkids, and you start thinking about their future too. And I think it's important to also realize that this business doesn't stop from us. If it's a gift from us, we have to share that gift to somebody else.
Yes. And like I think with any opportunity, a lot of people, they see it and they pass by it. Yeah, they see it and they don't take action. And I think this is the greatest time. I think in the human history, the entrepreneurial life is actually now promoted. Yeah, like 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was not so glamorous before. Yeah. And now I think it's very much encouraged and very much, people see the results of the entrepreneurial work all over the world, how much impact it does on each individual community, on each individual country, yeah? So I think the legacy of Saladmaster, what you see it going in next 5, 10 years?
Now let me respond back to what you said. The reason why people are behaving that way is simply because they're fixated on hourly wages.
Yes.
I mean, they get used to, I have to get a white-collar job, I have to be paid X amount every year for my services. That's their thinking.
Yeah.
It's simply because they built in their expenses out there.
Yes.
So 80% of people in the world their mindset is all about, working.
Paycheck.
Paycheck to paycheck, but not entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is a unique opportunity. Right, that has to be explored by a lot of people, and simply because a lot of people probably they have fear, they are probably skeptical about what they want to do, so they just refuse to do it because, of course, we do understand that they have commitments that they have to fulfill financially.
Yes.
So and probably they look at the risk, but the risk of doing business, in my opinion, is lower than the risk of working for a job. And it's just a matter of understanding what you're getting into.
Yeah, because it's that false security, yeah? People think, that every 2-week check gives you that security and, I'm set for life. It's not like that, yeah? They can fire you and, the job company can close. Anything can happen.
Yes, I talked to people who said the main difference between entrepreneurship and you work for other people is because they dictate your price, your income, And maybe a lot of people, they say, oh, it's security because you have to pay insurance. But guess what? You know, independent people, independent contractors, or entrepreneurs have bigger insurance actually because the more income you make, the more you can make that investment.
Yeah.
So whether the investment comes in the form of insurance, in the form of health, in the form of wealth building, retirement, or legacy, then you have that opportunity. In working or maybe in employment, that has limited number because you already have
fixed salary, and you are just kept in that level. You are never able to jump over your boss's head and earn more than them. You know, you always have that ceiling. But with your own business, owning your own business, you can.
And I think those people are considering two things: fear and risk. They fear of losing a job, so then they start thinking, who's going to pay my bill, my car, my house, my mortgage? So that's the fear. And the risk of, failing. Say, well, you know what, I'm not entrepreneurship, I'm just a work here. What if?
Yes.
Well, they start asking, what if I don't do? So there's a big risk there. And those people who actually are very successful in the business, they deny that risk and they try to ensure that they're able to conquer their fear and be able to mitigate those risks so that they will have a better place. Now, it's not easy, right? It's not difficult either. It takes time.
It takes time, and I think determination. And once you are focused on what you're doing, and once you have a goal in your mind, I want to reach certain goals in this year in my life, I think you get that laser focus, that you are going for a certain thing, and this is what I want. And when you have that, I think, vision and mission set in your head, I think anybody and everybody can do it.
I am a proponent of vision, mission, core values. And my simple, logical explanation that vision is where you're going. So you have to identify where you want to go. It's just like here, I want to go to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
That's a vision.
Yeah.
Right? And that's your why. The mission is how. So you either take a car or you walk. So you feel, well, walking it takes slow, but I take a car. So that's your how. You identify the mission so that you can get to your vision. The core value is the gas of your vehicle. You put gas. Without gas, the car is not going to move. So all those three things are coordinated with each other. Gas, put in your vehicle is your mission, and your mission accomplish your vision. Very simple analogy of what mission, vision, and core values are all about. And if those three things are very clear to you, then you're already successful 50%.
And also aligned with you, because a lot of people have those also false expectation of the society or whatever, you read in a book or saw in the TV, but all those things, I think, need to be also aligned with your core value. Like you said, the gas is your core values. So a lot of people need to identify what are the core values also, and what drives them, and the why factor. Sometimes they say that, so.
But these three will go hand in hand. You can't achieve anything. For me, success is your why, your how, and your what. So the why is your vision, the how is your mission, and your car. The what is the gas and the core value. So this will come together as one. You cannot have one and be successful. You gotta have these three ingredients for success.
Like the whole body, the body heals itself, so it's the same thing. We cannot just cure the fingers and not worry about the entire body, because as soon as this gets fixed, the other one will get breaking, so it's like a whole ecosystem that you need to take care about.
Right.
Great. So continue to our vision for next 5-10 years. Where you think our Saladmaster going?
Well, I think if we need to, I call that three things: transition, transcend, and breakthrough. If we want to go, not just double, probably go beyond what we want to do, we need to transition. And transition means we need to step back and say, hey, we're not going to do this. If we want to be here, we have to do this. It's difficult. It's not easy. Ease is an enemy of progress. Ease stops us from doing what we're doing. And only when you're transitioning, you can see transcending views. That's when you transcend. You go up and beyond of what you're doing. If you cannot transition, you cannot transcend. A lot of people then say, then what's the next step then? Breakthrough, breaking the barriers.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people today are contented in what they have. That's what you call comfort zone.
Comfort zone.
They said, so that means, I don't know how to transition myself, so if I can transcend, I can go to breakthrough. So people say, it's difficult, I'll stay where I am. So that's comfort zone.
Yeah.
So when people in the comfort zone, I'm sorry to use the word lazy, they become complacent, and they become obsolete. And at the end of the day, that's where you're, instead of progressing, you're degrading, you're regressing, right? And that's not good for you because it affects your morale, it affects your enthusiasm, it affects the way you look at things.
So personal growth, I think, comes to the play in this area too, because you're constantly, you know you don't know. So you constantly have to improve and you constantly have to master your skills. Whatever, you're working on, you have to be that in a constant motion.
Every level you go requires different skills. It requires different competence. That's why I always say that. Opportunity is confidence, right?
Yeah.
But confidence means nothing if you don't train yourself. Training is competence. It all starts with competence. I want that. I like that. I want to be like you, Emi. That's confidence.
Yeah.
Right? But you won't be able to get that without competence. So that's why you have to train yourself, your skills, you harness your skill, learn, educate yourself, and hone your best practices. So when you have confidence and competence,
At the
it
same
produces consistency. You become consistent. That's where people fail. Meaning they may have the confidence, but they don't have the competence. Now, if they have competence, but they don't have the confidence, they cannot be consistent too. So these are three intertwining things again, just like what I'm saying. It's inseparable. The people say, well, I love confidence. Well, that's good. That's good. But if you don't know where you're going and if you don't know how to get there, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it all comes in threes all the time: vision, mission, core values, transition, transcending, breakthrough. And this time we're talking about confidence, competence,
and consistency. Because
confidence is a start, consistency is the end.
It's the end. Very,
and that's
very
where
interesting.
the most difficult part.
Yes.
People fail because of consistency.
Yes.
You've seen a lot of business up, down, up, down. So they start questioning their ability. They start questioning, and that's very simple. So that means if you have the confidence, you question competence. Do you have the skill? Do you have the education to get there? So then if you know you have the confidence and the skill, the question, how can you be consistent with that? The result will just come into the
Very
I'll
interesting.
tell you an analogy to that. In our business, if you cook dinners, you probably are not a good closer, probably you're not a good team builder. But you cook every single day in 30 days, you will learn how to team build. You will learn how to sell. You will learn to do the things that you want to do. But if you start cooking, you're not going to learn anything.
Yes.
See?
So that
That's what you
consistent
call
cooking.
confidence. So the consistency of activity leads you to selling, leads you to team building. And a lot of people, they believe so much in themselves. I'm an extraordinary guy. I like that. But without this activity, you'll never get there. Right? That's why it all comes into three: confidence, competence, and consistency.
So you cannot say, I'm the boss and just sit in your office, yeah? So you have to be out there doing the same
But
action.
there is a level of, you have to go to the level of your business. And that's why yesterday I talked about model A, B, and C.
Yes.
Because at one point you start with yourself. That's model A. And model B is you start moving, creating your movement, getting people to be with you. And you should be the prime mover of that movement. So you're the ones bringing them.
Yeah.
So when you are in B, you plus your group, now you go to C, which is now you have a humongous opportunity because everybody is now bringing people into your movement, whatever in movement, whether it's in sales or probably something else. That's the progression and the system is the same. It's the same.
Very interesting, because You talk about all these models, and every time I attend your training, I learn something different, and I forgot about this part. So I think it's very important also that consistency. Yeah, continue to train yourself, continue to improve yourself, continue to learn, and learn from the best in the business. Also, is I think very very important too.
Because if you don't, you become obsolete.
Yeah,
Somebody will take over your job,
exactly.
and you don't like it. You know, I always say this. There's a lot of people who are, there's more people who are whiners than succeed. People who succeed. The whiners always have their own team too. So they're the best recruiter in the house all the time. The people who are negative are the best recruiters. Because they say, come to me here, you know, you see, you can't make it.
Yeah.
Do it. But the successful people, usually they don't recruit. What made people join them is their performance.
Yes, they see it.
Right?
And
they don't have to talk, right? Because their performance.
They attract.
They attract. That's what you call karma. Right? That's good karma. Right? But the negative people say, you know what? And I always say that miseries love companies all the time.
Yeah.
80% of people who fails, they are in that group.
In that group.
And it's difficult for them to get out because their number gets larger and larger, and they succumb to that. The only way to do that, get out of that.
Yeah. So that's why I think they also say, you know, it's very important who you surround yourself and what kind of friend circles you have and where you hang out most of your time. And sometimes, you know, people feel guilty. Oh, you know, I've known him for 20 years or 25 years, and I need to stick to them because they're good friends. But what they don't realize is just they're pulling themselves or holding themselves from the next level or from what they can achieve.
It's also important. You know, I talk about value system. I talk about strategy. And people confuse strategy with values. You don't change values. You change strategy. Value is always there. You know, when your value is just like Saladmaster, you have value of passion, family, integrity, excellence, and empowerment. Right? You don't change that.
No.
You change strategy. If it doesn't work, you change strategy. You still have the value. That's why among the 5, to me, the most important part of Saladmaster culture is empowerment. Because without empowerment, there's no passion. How do you do that? Without empowerment, there's no family. You have nobody here to call family. Without empowerment, there's no integrity because you have no followers.
Exactly.
And you have nothing to execute. Without empowerment, there is no excellence. You can't create excellence alone. You have to build it through people. And the most important, the rare commodity in this planet is people.
People.
And leadership.
So you developed a lot of leaders throughout your 30-something year career in Saladmaster. You promoted many dealers and you promoted a lot of people out of your dealership and you helped others to build their dealership. So how do you find these leaders? Where are they?
Interesting. You know, in any kind of business, most in the model that we have, you start as a consumer.
Yes.
As an owner. And then we convert consumer to be our salespeople. And we all know that consumers don't have background in sales. They have limited understanding of sales. So you got to train them. You got to teach them entrepreneurship. That separate the business people from the consumer. And maybe perhaps you'll be asking question, why is the growth of this person faster than the others?
Others, yes.
It's entrepreneurship. People are still learning, not because they don't know, but it takes time for other people to learn. For business people, it's easy. It's just I'm going to give you an analogy. If you're a business person, I can just tell you ABC, and you supply the D up to Z. But for people who don't have business, and if you supply ABC, what's the Pidoy? What's the so I have to go through with
each step.
So it takes time, right? It takes time, right? Until they get to where they want to be. So that's the difference between entrepreneurship and salesperson. That's why in all kind of business, those people who really excel are really the entrepreneurs. Because the salespeople, you develop sales team to an entrepreneur, it takes time. And some don't survive.
That if once they lose that consistency, that it goes downhill.
If they're not willing to train themselves, they're not willing to understand what they want to do, and they're not willing to sacrifice through perseverance, then they're going to fail.
Yeah.
Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, as example, I can teach you anything if you yourself don't want to be taught
Exactly.
things, right? If you refuse to learn, what can I do? Right? I can give you all the books and I can ask you to read all the things, but that means nothing.
Because there has to be backed up by action.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn, take an action. You learn, take an action. I think how the brain works, yeah, it has to kind of validate what you learned. That
You
it
don't
works.
need to be an exceptional person in college or university
Yeah.
to figure out to be successful. In fact, if you look at the most successful people, they're not the number one class. I was
Yes.
never a number one in my class.
Yeah.
Right? And every time we have a gathering, I will tell them, I said, what happened to our number one?
Yeah.
What happened to our number two?
Yeah.
I'm number 28. Look at that. But I'm the president of my own company.
Company,
Think about it.
yes.
So it doesn't matter where you belong.
Yeah.
What matters is your pride, your intentions, and what is it that you want in life.
Yeah.
And that's why that vision should be very, very clear to you.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people, sometimes, I was taking one class and they told us, can you write on piece of paper 50 things that you want? I started writing it, and I don't know, after 10, 11, 12, it kind of started getting harder and harder and harder and harder, So we really never even think about it, and we never even spend time to figure out what we really want.
Right. That's why people are street smart or have strong emotional intelligence probably will beat those people who are intelligent in school.
Yeah.
Right? Some people call them bookish or whatever. Street smart people are very, I would say, they're very practical people. They're quick. In our kind of business, you got to be quick.
Quick.
Many decisions should be, because you either lose the opportunity, you lose the whatever is in front of you, and if you procrastinate, then nothing's going to happen. And at the end of the day, those will pile up and it will affect your confidence.
Yeah.
And when your confidence is affected, it affects your belief system. And if your belief system affected, your mindset should start changing. I can't do that. It's difficult. It sucks.
Yeah.
But where did it start? Did not start from your mindset.
Yeah.
It'll start because of the execution and the practices that you have. And it's changing your belief system, and eventually it affects your mindset. And that's why I say, I can't do it. Some people can do it.
Yeah.
It's simply because people said it's simple, but the truth of the matter, it is not.
Yeah, because that again, it's all about that action. Yeah, you can think about it all day long, but if you don't take the action, and you have to be faster, quicker than anybody else too.
A lot of people, we talk about mindset. You got about 400 people in the room today.
Yeah.
And how many will become dealers then? Maybe 5 or 10.
Yeah.
So that means only 5 and 10 understand clearly what they want to do.
Yeah.
The rest of the 400 is trying to figure out. How will I get there?
Yeah.
And then when they get there, that's too much. There's so many barriers. There's so many hindrances. And that's why, you see successful people, if there is a hindrance or barrier, they just go through that. And that's why I call it breakthrough all the time. They don't care. All right? And that's what you call, people will call it, the fighting spirit, this guy is amazing.
Yeah.
Right? And it's simply because of the will to do it. Right? They don't care whether they fail or not. It's the will of doing it.
And again, you have to know exactly what you want.
Oh, yeah.
Without that,
it all goes down to what is your vision.
What is your vision?
What is it that you want? And what is it that you want to be? If these things are not identified and not clear, you will have a hazy picture of your vision. And that's why a lot of people are confused, they complain. Okay, they have misdirected, they have misdirection because this thing is not clear. I'll give you a good example. A good example, I always tell them, I said, I'm leaving Toronto. I want to go to Montreal. That's my vision.
Yes.
But there are many ways to go to Montreal.
Yeah.
I had to go past Ottawa. There's a lot of distraction. I can take the plane. I can take
the train, a bus.
But I can be distracted along the way. I see good, beautiful places. Why do we stay here for another 2 days? That means if I wanted to go there in 8 hours, now it becomes 16 hours or 24 because I got distracted of Yeah, I can't blame that beautiful places.
Yes.
I want to stay here for a bit. Maybe I have to sleep in a hotel this time. Maybe these are things that's affecting your direction. These are the things that are what you call unplanned for. But because you are distracted, it keeps you away. But of course, you will reach there for another 2 or 3 days. But that's a long shot this time. You could have done it in 6 hours.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people also don't realize, there are many different, it can be in many different versions,
Oh,
yeah? Those distractions can come
in different
different
Good
ways.
and bad.
Yes. So
Good and bad.
a lot of people, like, they think, oh, it has to be this or that, but it can come in really any form. And for you to be so clear focused that you're going to Montreal in 6 hours, and that's the only way you're going to get
some
there.
people will say, so how do you do that? But I say, I'll go back to my analogy. So if it's not necessary to stop, we don't stop.
Yeah.
Even if it's a beautiful place, we don't stop. If we're not hungry, we're not stopping. If it's not necessary, we're not stopping.
Yeah.
So we remove the distraction, good and bad, along the way. So that is clear focus of where you're going. And then you're going to reach your destination faster.
Yeah, and I think I think it's a very rare quality too. Not everybody possesses that quality too. Yeah. So it takes, I think, not only determination but also some skills and
it takes skill.
yeah, to stay
It takes
course.
willpower to do that.
Yeah. And I think not too many people have that, and you need to develop that. I don't think it's like, oh, it just happens. I think you have to develop that.
I think it takes experience to do that. It takes a lot of failure as a checklist of your success. That means my first belief system is this, that if you fail, that means you're very close to where you want to be. If you fail, that means you're closer to your end part. If you don't fail, you're in the wrong way.
Yes.
Right? That means you're in the wrong way. It's just like running again to Montreal. You have a flat tire.
Yeah.
That's failure.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You're still at the right
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But if I say, well, you know what? We got a flat tire. You know what? Let's go back. Let's go home. That's another story there.
Yeah.
So you give up, right? So these are all things that I always look at analogy, because analogy are very simple stories that could probably allow people to understand clearly the vision that they have.
I spoke with many people all around the world on our Saladmaster family, and a lot of people contribute when they were down, when they were doubting themselves, or when they didn't know what to do. A lot of them came to you for an advice. A lot of them, a lot of them talked to you, and a lot of them got out of that deep hole because you, I don't know, encouraged, talk, whatever you did to them, it helped them to get out of that hole. And I don't think we even realize that, we don't have to go through everything by ourselves. We have mentors, we have friends, we have, leaders around us that we can tap into their experience and their wisdom and get out of certain things faster. Yeah, we don't have to do it the hard way and spend 20 hours instead of 6. Yeah.
You know what? You mentioned that. Oh, I wish I had mentors when I started. Because I could have avoided detours and distraction.
Yeah.
Because I have to find it the hard way. Imagine if I have a mentor, I could just simply tell you, okay, hey, Eni, okay, I'm going back to Montreal.
Yes.
Is this route GPS the right way?
Yeah.
And maybe no, that's the long way. You should take this route.
Yeah.
See, look at that. If I did not consult the right people, I could be losing another 2 or 3 hours. And that's a disaster to me.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people say. I understand believing in yourself. But always validate what you want to do, because second opinion is also important. It allows you to confirm what you want to do. Now, a lot of people don't do that because of pride.
Yes.
Because they think they're better
Ego,
than other people.
pride, yeah?
But me, you know me, I don't have pride. To me, the most important thing is I don't care where to get, because what I care is I want to get to my destination faster. So if we need somebody to help me, you're most welcome. A lot of people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's for either ego, pride,
Yeah.
they want to prove to themselves. But guess what? At the end of the day, There is no such thing in the vocabulary where you're successful. It says that, I'm successful because of my pride. I'm successful because of my ego. You don't see that.
Yeah.
But most of the time you say, I'm successful because of the sacrifices and the determination to get there.
Yeah.
You see, I
And
think
it's
that's,
and I
very
think
profound.
it's sweeter too. I think sometimes people they win the lottery, boom, they become suddenly one day rich, and they don't know what to do with that.
I'll go back to your today. I didn't know if I can contribute to them, but a lot of people actually, you're having an analogy of dipping down the hole. It's simply because what happened is that probably they are inexperienced in that kind of relationship.
Yes.
And our kind of venture. And sometimes because they trust their instinct, they think that what they're doing is right. So the second opinion, what we do is sometimes tell them, hey, set back a little bit. We want you to push back and say, what happened if you did this? What happened if you approach it this way? What do you think is the outcome of that? So these are things that allows people to look at that. Yeah, you're right. Meaning I could have avoided that. I could have done it this way. So allows them, you're not there to take over. Because at the end of the day, even if, I'm not talking about just myself, right, for other people, even if you're being advised by other people, it's up for you to really decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the decision will be yours. But these are critical moments when you have the opportunity to assess and take a look at what's happening to yourself. And that's how you, again, go back.
Yeah, because, that wisdom, a lot of time, the wisdom can come from various also sources, But a lot of time, if somebody is older than you, obviously they live their life and they have that life experience wisdom. Or somebody is only 20 years old, but they made their million already and they are successful in their business because they know certain tricks and secrets of, I don't know, how to run online shop or something like that. So it comes from different sources.
But you have to be careful of who you're taking as a mentor too.
Yeah.
Because number one, hopefully it doesn't happen to everybody, but some people can take advantage of it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, people don't study your nature and your culture and your ways, your character. So they push their interests. When I would say when I share my opinion about team building or recruiting, I've noticed that people will go to either whatever product you carry. You push your preference all the time. Oh, you know what? You can be wealthy here. You can join us. You have a car. You will buy a house. That's your preference.
Yeah.
Without asking what the preference of that guy is. And I always tell people this. The reason why they're joining their business is not because of your preference, it's because of their preference.
Yes.
So, and probably sometimes they see you, oh, that's what I want too. Right? It just jive, but most of the time, 80% you won't be able to get them.
Yeah.
It's simply because when you're talking about your preferences, you become too pushy for them.
Yes.
And they'll say, oh man, this guy is a flashy guy, the one
Yes.
They question your integrity, they question all the things you do. So your job is to tell them and say, hey, Miss Annie, what do you think about this? What are your preferences? What do you want to do with your life?
Yeah.
And once they identify their preferences, you can ride on that and tell your story and your experience about their preferences. So they say, oh, really? That's what you did?
Oh.
So, and then why don't I try what you do?
Yes.
This is a quiet, silent way of doing it. You like Louis Vuitton?
Because
you have that expensive bag like Louis Vuitton.
I don't have Louis Vuitton, but
in the luxury business, there are loud luxury brands like Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, Hermes and everything. But there are quiet luxury items. These are quiet, but same price, same stress.
Exactly.
There are people who will invest their money on quiet luxury, not on the loud ones.
Yes.
Think about that preference.
Yeah.
Very simple analogy.
Yeah. Oh, very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting, because we think, oh, everybody wants Louis Vuitton. Yeah. It's not true. It's not true.
Look at the cars too.
Yeah.
You have Rolls-Royce, Bentleys, or Mercedes, BMW.
Yeah.
Why would they choose Maserati, whatever. It's a personal preference.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
And sometimes we're so passionate and we're so into our thing, we forget to ask the other person, what would you like? And what you want?
Yeah, I always tell the man, I said, you got to drive a Mercedes, you got to drive a Mercedes. Yeah, for you, yes. But for me, no. I like BMW, I like Bentley, you know. So it's a matter of preference. It's not about money. Some people associate it with structure. You got to drive a Rolls Royce, okay? But I don't want that. I can afford to have that. I want to buy an airplane. I can afford to do that, whatever it is. But I don't want that. That doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
This brand makes me happy. So it doesn't matter. So to me, the most important thing is where they're happy, they go for it. If you're happy with those lines of brand like Louis Vuitton, go for it. That's where your happiness is.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So I think it's a preference. It's all luxury. It's all there, but it's different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Another thing I always tell people, I said, you know, in any kind of business, and probably you heard about this, you know, there are low ticket items, low price, high volume.
Yeah.
They have to compensate low price with high volume.
With volume.
So their ticket items, 10, 20, 50 bucks.
Yeah.
Right? But they have to sell volume to get the 1,000. Our case is different. High ticket, low volume. But what we want to do is high ticket, high volume. That's how you become successful. Identifying where you have. We have something the low volume people don't have.
Yeah.
Right now, probably they are ahead of the game because they have the volume. Well, we too can do that. But can they do high volume with us? They can. See, that's a big difference between our business. People has to identify that. Right now, probably, for some, will be a high ticket, we're low volume. For them, they're low ticket, high volume. But if we fix this sales strategy that we have, then we can be high ticket, high volume, and they can never catch up with us because their product is low volume.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if I sell a $5,000, $10,000 car, think about that analogy, and you sell a product for $50, how many of those you're going to sell to catch up with me?
Catch up. Yeah, a lot.
So guess what? The
Same effort. Same effort, same time, same energy that you have to spend, yes? Yeah.
So you just have to understand clearly what is it that you want and what is it that you want to be.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
goes back to your vision.
Ah, very interesting. I took out, so every interview I do, it's for me, personally, for me, it's my selfish way of learning a lot from other people. But also, I'm sure there was somebody watching this video that actually needed to hear that same exact quote or analogy, whatever. So, but I think we had a master class with you, Pidoy. I mean, it's.
Well, if you attended a master class together with Australian dealers, we thought of a master class called the Alphabet Master Class. It's interesting. So a lot of people would say, "Oh, let's talk about this resilience." I find that okay, but I like the alphabet better. Why? It starts with A, B, C, D, E, F, D. What are the A's of management leadership? What are the B's of leadership? What are the C's? So step by step, through the alphabet way, you learn leadership.
Yeah. I mean, we had some amazing training sessions last year, and yeah, we had a bunch of master classes that, you know, went through all those step by step from A to Z. And I know the company is coming up with the new training portfolio of stuff that we're going to be doing this year, and I'm super excited to find out what it's going to be next. But last year for me was very profound. Those trainings impacted me big time. Because sometimes, you know, you have passion, you work hard, but you're running around like with your head cut off. You don't know what you're doing, you don't know your vision, you don't know, you know, all those steps, and you are just empty, wasting your energy, yeah? But when you have those things lined up like that, and in very understandable, very structured way of explaining all that leadership or training, mastering your skills in this business, it makes, I think, a lot of things start making sense, and your puzzle starts getting, you know, complete.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me the question about training, and training can be left difficult. To me, I simplify training. when you talk about basic, what do you need now? That's basic.
Yeah.
What do you need in the future is advanced and master class. So what you need now may not be what you need in the future.
In the future.
But we will prepare you for the future. So we address what you needed now, what you need now,
The foundation.
the foundation, but we will also address, because as you grow, you might run faster than you thought should be.
Yeah.
For some, it takes them 3 to 5 years, probably because your basic training is strong. It will take you a year, and then you go to the next class, which is your master class.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why they're integrated. And to me, it's a partnership of learning.
Yeah. I mean, I really appreciate. I know you came up with a lot of the ideas behind those training sessions, and as a dealer myself, and as a new dealer myself, it was very intimidating in the beginning. And once you go through those step by step, and you start seeing things differently, and they're like, "Wow, this makes now sense. Okay,
and
this
even
works
in the
for me."
training, talk about journey. It's not just when Eni, what are we gonna talk next week? Oh, I think we need to talk to this. No,
Yeah.
out of the blue, that to me is not a cubicle way of doing business and training. And we still have to identify what is a journey of a customer. Then we design the training program. What is the journey of a leader? Then we design the program. What is the journey of a dealer? Then we design a program. It's not just out of the blue. I think we need to do that. Sometimes what happens is that what you're talking in the basic class is also in the advanced. That's intertwined. They can be intertwining, but it can also become confusing because the target markets are different. If you talk to, even in our business, look at the segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has an incredible way of doing it. Meaning, I always believe that you can combine a segment 5 to segment number 1. Because the segment 5 will hijack the conversation. Exactly. So if I am the segment number 1, I'm not coming back anymore. I'm not listening. Because there's no value to me. You understand what I'm saying? But if I group you to the same number, you have the same problem, you have the same experiences, and you have the same solution.
Yes.
The solution of segment number 5 is not the solution of segment number 1.
Exactly.
And that's why I call that there is a big disconnect. Right?
And I am a team lead for one of the groups in our region, so I see that very, very clearly. And when I do certain things for my team, and I'm bringing right now speakers into our weekly calls, and we target certain areas they're having issues with. Okay, what kind of issues you're having with team building? What kind of issues you have with your confidence, with your ability to believe in yourself, your belief system, yeah? So we are targeting certain topics with certain speakers, and, as I think since we started that group and group today, it's a completely two different energy right now, because we are growing exponentially together as a group. We have grown a lot. Because when we came in, we had no idea what was going on.
You
and
have
now,
confidence, but you don't have competence.
Exactly.
Now you are going to the competence part. And when you have confidence and competence, you can sustain your business. And that's why I always look at the triangle of business is very simple. A, predictability. You need to predict your business. If you can't predict, then you don't know it. And if you can predict your business, you go to that tool. If this is the triangle and predictability is on top, what does predictability do? You can scale up your business. Because now I can predict my business. So if I'm selling 10, 20 sets, then I can predict. So very simple. So how do I predict my next? How can I improve? And if the method is Bookathon, the number of shows, I said, well, if I can increase my number of cooking by 20, I can scale up my business to this level. And predictability and scaling up leads to one thing, which is sustainability. That's where the problem in the business all about. Any kind of problem. The problem is either they can't predict, they can't scale up. You can't sustain. So how do you sustain your business you don't even know? You can't predict. How can you scale up if you can predict? So what are you going to sustain for? So I think it's and it's an integrated form of approach in your business.
Very interesting. Thank you for your time,
Yeah,
Pidoy.
always
I
for
mean,
you.
I mean, I hope these sessions that I'm doing with all these various people from our organization, I think it's a big, tremendous help in understanding and finding their own way of doing things, you know. So thank you very much. I know you're super busy and you took time to sit down and talk to me. And I think not only me, but my listeners will appreciate all over the world this message, I think. So.
Busy is a perception.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you very much again. Enjoy your rest of your time in Orlando. Yeah.
Congratulations.
And I will see you somewhere in the world in our next meetup somewhere. So I'm always looking forward to your lectures, to your training sessions. I'm always completely mesmerized and inspired and motivated and all in one together. So I'm super happy that somebody like you, we have such a great mentor in our leadership team, and we can always tap into your wisdom. So I think that's our power, you know, in this company. So thank you very much, Pidoy. And we'll see you next time with a completely new guest, and it's just getting more and more exciting. Thank you very much, and stay tuned.
Thank you. Mabuhay.